this external brain document that they're writing, and I actually refer to it to them often as the book they're writing, because that's really what it seems like. And the great part is that I'll get emails back from students who have moved on and since gone on to medical school or to physical therapy school or nursing school, and they'll actually tell me that they still have their external brain and they still use it. And of course, to any teacher, that's probably just about the best compliment you could ever hear, that this authentic piece of work that they're creating is truly useful, not just in your class, but throughout. So that is, I try to share that with the students so they understand the long-term goal, that because many of them in the class will identify as saying that they're looking to go to grad school in a healthcare profession that would indeed rehash anatomy. So that part is a nice goal for the long term, and I think that helps them to really be thinking about, wow, it's not just about today's homework that I need to turn in, but is this what I want to have with me as my book when I'm done and I've moved on to my chosen field. But in the classroom, there's also another impetus to create a cohesive and easily accessible document, and that's that they use it during their exams. So in the exam process that I use, we have three different parts of the exam in class when the students are working individually, and then they go on to work in a group. But in that individual portion, part of it is a closed book part, multiple choice. Part of it is a closed book with some short answers, and then there's an open book section. And actually the closed and open book sections are 50-50 of the time, because there's only 10 open book questions, but they're case studies. So there's a long-winded case that explains a real person in a real situation, and then the goal of that question is for them to apply their anatomy. And the reason I've explained to students that I want them to have that opportunity is that I know they're not going to have the anatomy that is in the forefront of their mind, as in it's sort of memorized. They're not going to carry that with them forever. But their application of the concepts, they could carry with them for quite a long time, as long as they know how to access those details. And so the focus of the open book part is to use the external brain they've created so they can just leave memorization aside and just allow themselves to practice applying knowledge to concepts. And so they will, depending on how well they've put together their external brain, will facilitate how fast they can actually find the information or the details they need, and then move on to the question to make sure that they're applying those details appropriately. So it does have not only the long-term goal of this being a book that they can refer back to when they move on to a graduate school or some sort of professional school, as many of them want to, but it also has an immediate purpose in that they will use their external brain and only their external brain to answer those open book questions. And so the way that they've put that together and the thoughtfulness and the design that they put into it is important for themselves in the moment too.